Hello, hi, welcome everybody to week 4 of our chair yoga classes. Maybe you've been joining us every week, in which case you know what to expect, or maybe this is your first week with us, in which case, welcome. My name is Chrissy White. I run Blackheath Yoga, a yoga studio based in Blackheath Village in Southeast London. Thank you for joining us. Also, thank you so much to everybody who has been joining us, who has been sending me some feedback. It's really lovely to hear from you, and I hope you are doing very well. So, for today's session, we need to make sure we sit comfortably on a chair. We need to make sure our legs are in a comfortable position. So, I'm just turning sideways so you can see what I mean. Ideally, we want our legs to be in a sort of 90-degree angle. Now, if your legs are long enough, that might be possible without having something underneath your feet. Or maybe if it feels like your legs are squishing down a little bit, then pop something under your feet, like a pillow, for example, or a cushion, just to elevate your legs a little bit. And for today's session, we also are going to need something like a belt. So this is a yoga belt. We use this a lot in our in-person chair yoga classes. Most people do not have a yoga belt lying around at home. But you can use anything that is belt-like. You can use an actual belt, you could use a scarf, or a dressing gown belt. A dressing gown belt is brilliant for this purpose. So at this point, if you do not have a belt ready, then just press pause on the video, grab your belt, and then come back and rejoin us. So this week has been pretty hot. I'm not sure how you feel, but it's been pretty warm out there. So make sure you also have some water handy, and remember to drink during the day. Very important. Which reminds me, I'm going to take a little sip. Perfect. Good. So if we're ready to get started, just pop your belt somewhere you can reach in a little while. We're not going to need it to begin with. And then shuffle back on your chair all the way to the back so your back can rest into the support of the chair. And then bring your palms facing upwards on your thighs. Push your feet a little bit away from the body so your thighs can really sink down into the ground. And we're going to start with a moment of grounding, of settling into our bodies before we get moving. So allow the eyes to close, or take a low gaze down towards the floor. And then take a long inhale through the nose. And a big sigh out. Slow breath in. And a big sigh out. And then one more like this. Long breath in. And sigh it out. Let yourself get heavy for a moment here. Allow your whole body to sink down into the surface beneath you. And become aware of the contact points of your body with the chair, with the floor beneath you. Noticing where the contact feels the heaviest. Maybe it's in your seat, or maybe it's on your back. And then notice the contact and what it feels like. Is the surface cool, or is it warm? Does it feel hard, or is it soft? And finally, noticing if there is any texture. You might notice this underneath the soles of your feet if you have taken your shoes off. And then take a long inhale through the nose. And a big sigh out to let that go. Bring your awareness to your physical body. And give yourself a scan from the top of the head down to the toes. Checking in gradually with your body to notice how you feel today. What are the sensations present? Are there any areas of discomfort? Maybe even pain? And if there are, just checking in with them, and with a sense of kindness, let's set the intention that we move mindfully. Anything that I offer throughout our practice together is a suggestion. So if it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, if it's uncomfortable in any way, that's great too. Just skip it or modify it. Yoga is not a time to force ourselves or force our body into places that it does not want to be in. It's about self-acceptance and accepting where we are in our bodies today. with a sense of kindness. Let's take an inhale through the nose and an exhale to sigh it out. Let that go. And on the next inhale, begin to stretch the fingertips up to the ceiling, still with your eyes closed, and take a long stretch here through the body. Imagine you're climbing up an invisible rope, reaching the left fingertips high, the right fingertips high. Waking up the body, slowly ready for our practice. And then come to center and begin to rotate at the palms, the wrists, and allow your palms to slowly come down into the lap. And as they lower down, blink the eyes open. Swallow a couple of times so we can soften our jaw. And then begin to shuffle away from the back of the chair. So this is the option for us to practice if you want a little bit more of an active practice. A little bit more energy through the center. Now, if sitting upright like this, so sitting forward on the front of our chair with the spine long, creates any sense of discomfort and our spine automatically wants to round and curl forward, then really allow yourself to shuffle back. So we do not want to have any pain or discomfort. If it feels okay, shuffle forward, bring your hands onto your knees and actually one hand onto the lower belly. And then close your eyes once again. And with the hand on the belly, we can draw the attention towards our center, our core. In yoga, we call these our bandhas, energy centers. And we want to find a sense of activation here. So we're not talking about squeezing or holding or being uncomfortable in any way, but instead finding a little bit of activation to create strength, to support the body and protect us from moving too far into postures that don't work for us today. So to become aware of this area, we're going to do a round of a pelvic floor awareness exercise. Thinking of our pelvic floor, so that muscle that sits at the base of our pelvis, as an elevator, as a lift that moves from the basement up towards the second floor. And we're going to use the breath to do so. So if the eyes are open, just close them so you can focus inwards. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhaling here. And on the exhale, lifting the pelvic floor slightly, imagining it's going from the basement level up to the ground floor level. Hold it here for an inhale. And from the exhale, squeeze it in a little bit higher, bring it up to the first floor. Hold it for an inhale. And on the exhale, draw it a little bit higher, second floor level. Hold it there for an inhale and an exhale. And a final inhale. And on the exhale, gently, gradually release it down for the first floor, ground floor, and back down to the basement. Let's do that again. Inhaling here. Exhale, squeeze, bring it up to the ground floor level. Holding for an inhale. Exhale, lift it up a little bit more, first floor. Inhaling here. Exhale, lifting, holding up at the second floor. And then we're going to hold it for a full inhale. And on the exhale, slowly release, but only releasing to the ground floor level. Good. So this is where we want to stay. This is the sense of activation that we want. If this creates discomfort in any way, then just soften fully. Release the hands back onto the knees. Blink the eyes open and let's begin to flow. Inhaling to reach the arms high, lift the gaze. Exhale, lower down through heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, opening wide, reach it tall. Exhale, draw it down. 1 more time. Inhaling, reach it high, grow tall. Exhale, release all the way down. Just then bring your hands onto the knees. I'm going to shift sideways so you can see where we're going. Inhaling, draw your chest forward, open the heart, moving into cow posture. Exhale, draw the chin to the chest, round the spine, cat. 2 more times. Inhaling, draw yourself forward, open the heart, gradually lift the gaze if your spine allows. And on the exhale, round the spine, back into cat posture. Next time, inhale, draw yourself forward, hold it there. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Stay engaged for the center so we don't collapse into the lower back. And if it feels okay, allow the gaze to gently go up to the ceiling. So the shoulder blades draw together and we're breathing deeply into the front of the rib cage. Take 1 more inhale. And on the exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, round the spine, curling forward. Imagine there's a big squishy beach ball in front of you and your body rolls overhead. Allow the head to sink down, releasing. So we're warming up into our spine here. Inhaling, draw yourself forward, come back to neutral, and exhale, release their shoulders away from the ears. Bring your right hand over onto the left knee and the left arm behind you. So you can grab hold of the back of the chair or maybe wrap the arm behind you if you want a little bit more. Hold it here for an inhale, and on the exhale, begin to twist over the left shoulder. Growing tall on the inhale. Exhaling, hold the twist. Don't go too deep. We're just warming up the spine here. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, rotating the other way. Bringing the opposite hand, so left hand over onto the right knee. Lengthen the spine, grow tall. And on the exhale, draw the shoulder behind you slowly. So right shoulder draws back. And then maybe the gaze follows. Hold it for an inhale. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhaling, come back to center. And then exhale, release. Good. Let's bring the arms by the side of the body. Reach them high as you breathe in. And then interlace the hands above the head. Release the index finger. Point the index finger high, but release the shoulders away from the ears. And maybe your elbows are bent at this point, and that's absolutely fine. Grow tall as you breathe in. And on the exhale, sinking over towards the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, sink over towards the right. Good. Keep both sitting bones grounding. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale to grow. Exhale to sink over. So this might be a bit strong for your shoulders. If it is, release your hands at any time. Last time, sinking over towards the right. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, lower the hands down, back onto the knees. Inhaling, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze and hold for 3, 2, 1, and then drop it with a big sigh. 2 more times like this. Inhaling, squeezing, holding here for 3, 2, 1. And then once more, inhaling for 3, 2, 1, and release. And then draw your chin over towards the right, and then back over to center and towards the left. Just making sure we don't hold any tension. Soften the jaw, swallow a couple of times. Beautiful. And now we're going to warm up a little bit more into our shoulders. Now, shoulders are a joint that is very prone to injury. And I know quite a few of us have issues with our shoulders. So for the following few exercises, go really easy. If the posture, the position doesn't work for you, maybe even skip it or modify in any way. Bring the hands onto the fingertips onto your shoulders. Sit up nice and tall, and then inhale, draw the elbows together, reach them high. Exhale, bring them back down. Good. Go slowly. Inhaling to draw the elbows forward, and exhale, lowering back down. Good. Inhaling slowly to reach high. Exhale to draw back. Good. And let's change direction. Draw the elbows back together behind your shoulder. Squeeze and we lift. And then exhale to release down. So imagine there's a pencil at the edge, at the end of your elbow, and you're trying to draw really big circles onto the side of the wall. So this is not about speed. It's about how slow and how big we can make this movement. Last time, inhale. And exhale, release it down. Good. Let that go. Shrug the shoulders and then grab hold of your belt. So your belt-like device, yoga belt, actual belt, scarf, dressing gown belt, or maybe even a tea towel or a kitchen tea towel. That also works fine. Unravel your belt and then take the belt over into your left hand and bring the belt behind your left shoulder. Now, if you have been in my in-person yoga classes with me in the same room in the HSC, you might know what's coming now. If not, this might be a bit confusing at first, but play along. I promise it's going to work. So we've got the left hand with the belt resting on our left shoulder. Now, take the right arm, swing it back behind you, and see if you can grab hold of the belt behind you. So it's draping our shoulders. So you can grab it anywhere. So from here, slowly begin to walk your lower hand up and your top hand down the belt. Walk it down, work it together as far as it feels good. Now, your left elbow might begin to draw up towards the ceiling here. If that's okay for your shoulder mobility. If not, then keeping the elbow down, working the fingertips closer and closer together as far as it feels good. So you can begin to feel a stretch running down on the outside of the shoulder. So this is quite strong for our shoulder mobility, quite strong on the shoulder joint. So take it really nice and easy. Good. Once you have found a position that challenges you slightly, but doesn't cause you pain or discomfort, then we're going to hold it here. Draw the head back, squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit more. Take one more inhale. And on the exhale, release the grip from the belt. Allow the top elbow to travel down. And then release the hands onto the shoulders. Leave your belt draping over your shoulder here for a moment. Take a long breath in. And then side out. Let all of that effort drain away from your hands. Inhaling slowly. Exhale out. And then blink the eyes open. Let's swap sides. So grab hold of the belt with the right hand. Bring it over your head. And then you're in the starting position. So swing the left arm round. See if you can grab hold of the belt behind you again. Go nice and slow. And if this really doesn't work for you, then skip the pose. We're just going to be here for a few moments. Walk your hands slowly closer together. Your right elbow begins to move up to the ceiling. And we might come as far as our fingertips, maybe just about touching, maybe not, maybe they're really far away. And that's okay as well. Remember, we're all working within our own range of motion today. Once you've found that position that challenges you just enough, then hold it there, engaging through the center, checking that we're sitting up nice and straight. Draw the head back a little bit and send a couple of deep breaths into the outside of that right shoulder. Slow inhale and exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, let go of the belt, release the hands, allow the top elbow to sink down. Release the left arm and bring it forwards. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And then it's released through the hands. So draw your arms up towards the ceiling and then begin to rotate. And slowly rotating them down into your lap. So imagine we are very elaborately playing the piano. That's the kind of motion that we're after, just to let go. Let's do it again, just because it feels so nice, reaching high. And then slowly, slowly rotating down. Good. Amazing. And let's grab the belt, pop it to the side. We're still going to need it for one more posture. Don't worry, nothing more for our shoulders. I think they've done their work today. So release the belt somewhere where you can reach it. Bring the feet hip distance apart and let's begin to walk out our feet. So a little feet warm up. This is a great little exercise to do, especially as the weather gets hotter. Speaking of hot weather, remember to take maybe a sip of water. Walking out the feet. Noticing if there's any little clicks or pops. If you feel any, then that's absolutely fine. Coming back into stillness. Good. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and then grab hold of your left thigh from behind. The hands might interlace behind that thigh, or maybe you're just holding onto that thigh anyway. Hug the leg up into the body, and then exhale, kick it away from you as far as you can. Now, we still want to sit up nice and tall. So if you notice that you're kicking your leg away and you're starting to lean back, then do come up and maybe just lower your leg a little bit down. So this is not about how high the leg is, but can we keep our integrity of posture? And then begin to point and flex, pointing and flexing the toes a few times. Good. And then beginning to draw circles. And if you notice any clicks or any pops in your joints, that's absolutely fine. There's a surprising number of bones and joints in our feet. And we're just bringing a bit of movement there, change direction. And ignore my big feet because I've realized when looking back at those videos that my feet appear very big because they're a lot closer to the camera now. Good. And then hug the knee into the body. Exhale, release it down. And then swap side. Grab hold of the opposite leg. Sitting up nice and straight, engaging through the center. And then not shifting that position as you draw the knee up into the body. Kick the leg away and begin to point and flex. And let's see if we can link that movement with your breath. Slowly pointing and then flexing back. And I appear to have picked up a little bit of fluff. Excuse that. Good. And begin to rotate, drawing circles one way And the other way. Nice little clicks, pops. Maybe it feels almost like there's a little bit of grit in your joints here. That's absolutely normal. Hug the knee back into the body and release. Good. We're still sitting up nice and straight. Grab hold of your belt and we're going to pop it underneath the ball of our left foot. So ball of the left foot to begin with. So now the next exercise, we're going to work on lengthening the back of the leg, but at the same time strengthening our upper body. So walk your hands down the belt. So they're just about knee height, maybe a little bit lower. You can adjust it in a moment. Still sitting up nice and straight. Take a long breath in. And on the exhale, begin to kick the leg away and simultaneously hug your shoulders back towards your body. So moving sideways, you can see we're not reaching forward, we're not rounding the spine, we're hugging the shoulders back. We're having a little draw here on our elbow, the little bend in the elbows to get a little bit of flexion, a little bit of traction with that extended leg. And we're flexing the left toes back towards our face to create that space. At the same time, think about drawing the kneecap of the left leg up. So your leg might be up to parallel or it might be further down to the floor. It doesn't matter. Just hold it here for another 2 breaths. Slow inhale and exhale. One more inhale. And on the exhale, little bend in that knee. Release the leg down towards the floor. Unravel the belt. And maybe give your thigh a little squeeze if you can feel that anywhere in your legs. Or maybe you can feel it in your arms. Then give your arms a little squeeze, a little hug. Good. The arms are getting a proper workout today. And then swap sides. Pop the belt underneath the right foot. I'm mirroring you, which is why it might get confusing. But if you just do the same side as you see on your screen, you'll be fine. Good. Hooking the belt. It's not as easy as it looks. Sit up nice and tall. Walk your hands down about knee height, maybe a little bit lower. And on the next exhale, kick that leg away as high as it feels good. Keeping that little bend here in your left knee. So we are creating a little bit of protection for our joint. Hug the elbows back. So we're still sitting up nice and straight. Our arms are working. Our biceps are working. They're activating. The core is working. The crown of the head is floating up to the ceiling. And remembering that little engagement through the right kneecap. So we're not resting in our joints here. Let's take another 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Whew. Last breath in. And then exhale, a little bend in the knee. Lower the leg back down. Release the belt. And then pop it to the side. And let's bring our arms facing upwards. Bring the thumbs to the inside. Wrap your fingers around. And let's draw a couple of big circles. And releasing the fingers once more if they're gripping hold onto something that might not be the most comfortable. So let's make sure we release them. And then extend the fingertips wide. Inhale. Exhale, give them a squeeze. Inhale, extend them wide. Exhale, give them a squeeze. Last time, inhale. And then give them a little shake. Allow that to disappear, that effort. Well done. Then bring your hands into the knees. And let's allow the eyes to close. So we can take a few moments to settle, to ground before we move into our sun salutation. So a sequence of postures linked together using the breath, really combining everything that we've done so far. Take a long breath in through the nose and a gentle sigh out through the mouth. Slow breath in and a sigh out. Close the mouth, breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Blink the eyes open, release the arms by the side of the body. Inhaling, reach the fingertips high. Exhale to ground down. Now, if you know that sequence, feel free to keep your eyes closed. If not, take a little peek every now and then. Inhale to reach the fingertips high. Exhale, ground it down. Then one last time, inhaling, growing tall. Exhale, ground it down. And then release the hands onto the knees, cat and cow. Inhale, draw the chest forward, open the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, round the spine, cat posture. Inhale, draw yourself forward, coming back into cow posture. And on the exhale, bring your forearms onto your knees and allow the head to sink down. If it feels achievable, maybe release the hands all the way down to the floor. Forward fold. Take an extra inhale here and a slow breath out. Next, inhale, left fingertips reach up and away. Find a twist. The fingertips may reach up to the ceiling or stay on your knee, moving into that twist. Exhale, lowering down. Inhaling, opposite fingertips reaching high. Exhaling, lowering down. And then inhale, engage for the center. Walk your hands back up the knees. As you get there, draw the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Exhaling to round the spine. And then inhale, release the fingertips, growing tall, reaching tall. Exhaling, grounding down through center. Close the eyes and release your hands back down onto your lap. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Inhaling slowly. Exhale out. Inhaling again. And slow breath out. One more together. And a gentle sigh out. And if you would like, join me for one more round. Release the arms by the side, inhaling to float the arms high. Exhaling, grounding through center. 2 more times. Feel free to close the eyes if you feel confident with the movement. Inhaling, growing tall. Exhaling to release. Once more, inhaling, reach it high. Exhaling, release down. Bring your hands into the knees. Inhaling, come into cow pose. Draw the chest forward, open the heart. Exhaling, rounding the spine, cat pose. Inhaling, draw yourself forward once more. Exhale, fold forward onto the forearms, maybe all the way down to the earth. Take an extra inhale here and a slow breath out. Inhaling, reaching the right fingertips up and away. Come into your variation of a twist. Exhale to fold. Inhaling, opposite fingertips reaching high. Exhaling to fold. And then inhaling, walk yourself back up, reaching the chest forward, coming into cow pose once more. Exhaling, rounding the spine back into cat. Inhaling, release the arms, float them up above the head. And then exhale, lower through heart center. Close the eyes as the palms pass your heart and release the arms onto your knees. Take a long breath in and a big sigh out. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. And then allow your breath to settle back onto whatever rhythm feels right for you in this moment. And take a moment to observe and appreciate the sense of aliveness in your body. Noticing maybe your heart beating a little bit faster, maybe your breath is flowing a little bit faster. Noticing sensation of heat. Maybe there's tingling. Maybe there's even some sweat. It's been pretty hot these days. And then allowing that tingling, that effort to drain away. And with that effort moving down into the earth, begin to shuffle back on your chair so we can come back into our starting position. Releasing our lower back into the chair, push the feet a little bit away from the body, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and the palms come facing upwards on your thigh. Take a long breath in. And on the exhale, let the right ear fall down to the right shoulder. Let's take a moment to create a little bit of space here for our neck. Holding it there. And if you want a bit more, we can extend the left fingertips down towards the earth, reaching away. Keep both sitting bones grounded into the mat dough, into the earth dough. If you want a little bit more, we can take the right hand to the side of the head and very gently place it there. So we're not pulling, we're not adding weight, we're just guiding gently the chin closer down towards the chest. And then hold it for a couple more breaths. On the next inhale, if your hand is on your head, help your head back up to center. It's nice to give it a little helping hand, and then release the arms back down into your lap. Take a moment to notice the difference here between your left side and your right side. And then with the next exhale, let your left ear fall down to the left shoulder. Take a moment. Let the head get heavy. Checking that we're not beginning to lean over to the side. We're still sitting upright. So the only thing that's moving is our head here. If you want, maybe extending the right fingertips down to the earth, reaching it away. And as a final step, and only if that felt good on the other side, taking your left hand to the outside of the head, to the side of the head, and gently guiding the chin closer down towards the chest, just to intensify that opening sensation on the side of the neck and the shoulders a little bit more. Last inhale. And then exhale, help the head back to center. Bring both palms back into your lap. Take a long breath in. On the exhale, side out and close your eyes. Taking 2 more like this. Slow breath in and a gentle breath out. 1 more inhale and exhale. And allow your breath to settle in at whatever rhythm works for you. And become aware once more of the contact points with the chair and the floor beneath you. As we're taking a little tour through our body. As I mention a body part, place your mind's eye on that part of the body and imagine there's a light switch that you're turning off. So really taking any effort, any physical effort out of that part of the body. Starting on the sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right toes, ankle, lower leg, right knee, upper leg, and the right side of the hip. Allowing the whole right leg to become heavy. Moving into the sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left toes, ankle, lower leg, left knee, left upper leg, and left side of the hip. Letting the left leg be heavy. Switch it off. Releasing across the belly. Softening into your lower back, middle back, upper back, into the right shoulder, right upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the right hand, palm of the right hand, right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Soften across the chest into the left shoulder, left upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the left hand, palm of the left hand, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Release all the way up the neck, across the throat. Soften your jaw. Release the tongue, cheeks, nose, eyes, and forehead. And just for the next few moments, allow yourself to rest here. Being present in your body and your mind. And if the mind chooses to wander, notice what the distraction is. Is it a thought? Is it a noise? And then bring the awareness back